Hello everyone, I'm Sebastian Y and this is Managerial Economics. In this video, I'm going to wrap up our introduction to industrial organization and SCP, and then give a roadmap for where we're headed from here. The approach of using structure conduct performance as a framework to think about how industries operate began in the 1930s. Economists at the time noticed that basic microeconomic theory failed to explain economic phenomena during the Great Depression. This is what started the field of industrial organization. Harvard economist Joe Bain was one of the earliest proponents of SCP. Bain studied the connection between barriers to entry, concentration, and profitability of industries. This graph shows that industries with high barriers to entry, represented by the filled-in circles, tend to both be more concentrated and more profitable. The SCP paradigm implies a causal flow from structure to conduct to performance. The view of structure as the root of market behavior and outcomes led the SCP economists to favor government intervention in breaking up highly concentrated industries. On the other hand, the Chicago School opposed this view. The Chicago School generally favored laissez-faire policy. Their argument was that highly concentrated industries got to be that way because the most efficient firms dominated the market. Essentially, they argued that conduct and performance can feed back into structure. Their argument was that structure, conduct, performance is not a straight line of causality, but rather a loop, where conduct and performance can influence structure. This criticism of SCP is called the feedback critique. Modern I.O. is founded upon game theory. John von Neumann and Oscar Morgenstern were the pioneers of game theory. You can see a picture of them enjoying a day on the beach here. Their 1944 book, Theory of Games and Economic Behavior, is considered the origin point of game theory as a field. John Nash came along in the 1950s and expanded on their work with his concept of Nash equilibrium, a concept that will come up again and again as we go forward. Game theory considers decision-making in strategic environments. A strategic environment is one where every decision maker understands that they have an influence on the decisions of others, and the decisions of others have an influence on them. This is a very useful framework when we start thinking about imperfectly competitive markets that are more competitive than monopolies, but less competitive than perfect competition. Ultimately, game theory displaced both SCP and the Chicago School in modern industrial organization. Over the next few sets of videos, we are going to dig into the different market structures and how firms in those market structures behave. We're going to start with the two most basic market structures, perfect competition and monopoly. In perfect competition, we have lots of firms who all produce an identical product. This is the most competitive type of market. And then we'll look at monopolies, where we have just one firm, the least competitive type of market. From there, we're going to look at advanced pricing strategies and price discrimination that monopolies can use to make even more profit than they otherwise would. And then we're going to apply game theory to look at oligopolies. Oligopolies are markets that have a small number of firms, more than one, but not so many to become perfectly competitive. The study of oligopolies is really the heart of industrial organization, and also represents the majority of real-life industries in the world. Because firms in oligopolies have some market power and influence over each other, we need to use Nash equilibrium and those tools of game theory to analyze them. Finally, we're going to look at what happens when oligopolies repeat over and over and over, and how this can lead to tacitly cooperative outcomes. This has been a quick overview of the structure, conduct, performance paradigm and industrial organization. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks for watching.